Hi, David and Joan Robinson, a married British-Filipino couple from Lancashire in the UK. And today
we are showing you an update of our home bar 2 years on. Come on. Come on in.
The reason we decided to do an update today is because we've had the bar about 2 years now, and yesterday we had a party here. Joe will tell you a little bit about the party we had yesterday.
It's the first opening for this year of this Robinson's bar. Well, Robinson's Arms. My friend Nikki and Paul got this sign for us. Well, basically they just named the bar.
Yeah, they decided their name in the bar, not us, but Robinson's Arms is fine.
Yes, and we've got the snacks here. We've got this one is the Philippine snacks.
Yeah, ding dong.
Just this ding dong. It's just mixed nuts, and this one is a garlic flavored peanuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And whose party was it yesterday?
It was my friend Josephine's advanced 40th birthday. She wanted to celebrate it here with me.
She asked if she could use our bar to have a pre-birthday party.
Yeah.
It was the only time we could all get time off together.
Yeah.
And how many people?
We hosted about 20-25 people yesterday, and most of them sat outside because yesterday's weather were glorious, so it's really nice.
Yeah, we started about 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
First people started coming over.
Yeah.
And it was lovely outside, so we started on the patio area.
Yeah.
And then we kept coming in for some drinks and topping up the drinks, and the alcohol started flowing.
And shots.
and shots
Yeah.
later on.
We had few of this yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
And I don't know what else they're serving us. I think I don't know.
Yeah, one of them brought this pink milky drink, and everybody was calling it Gaviscon, but I don't know what it really was.
I think it were tequila rosé.
Yeah, something like that. I didn't have one of those actually. So as we've said, we've had the bar about 2 years now, and I think we've probably had about a dozen big parties, and then we've had a few friends over for just, maybe 2 or 3 friends over and just like a small party.
Yeah.
But besides having lots of people over, we use it ourselves, don't we? We not really for coming in here and drinking, but we'll just come in, maybe watch a bit of TV, put some music on, have a little go on the karaoke machine sometimes. It's just another nice room to come and have a relax when we fancy a change in the house.
Yeah, I really like this bar. It were a really good idea that we've done this. It's summertime. I like spending time in here. If on my days off, I like spending time here more than the house.
Yeah. Now, there's a couple of things that we've learned over the 2 years of having the bar. I would say mistakes that we've made. We didn't have a toilet built in.
No.
So when we have friends over, like yesterday we had 20 friends over, after a couple of hours of drinking, people want to use the loo. And then they're having to go into the house and obviously wait for the person in front of them. So if we had the opportunity and the money, we probably would have built a toilet as well, a plumbed-in toilet. And I think we might have mentioned in the other video that we don't have a sink in here either. So we wash the glasses and then we store the glasses under the bar. So we've got plenty of glasses here.
Gin glasses. I've got a few of this here.
Yeah, we've got all sorts of glasses here. But we wash them in the house in the sink. But it is only, I don't know, about 10 steps from the bar to the house. It's just far enough to be separate. And when we built this bar, we fully insulated it, so it's got the like the silver foil foam heat and sound insulation, so it tends to keep the noise in quite well once the doors are closed. That's good when we've got music and
Karaoke at late night.
yeah, so it helps keep the noise in, so that's a good thing. And also in the winter, we don't have any actual heating in here, so that's something we maybe should have thought about. So what we've done, we have a portable fan heater that we run, and that's a 2000 watt heater, but we only need it on for about 5 or 10 minutes, and once we've got the room warm, it tends to stay warm then for the next couple of hours because it is insulated, so that's another good thing. One more thing I want to show you is the plug sockets. Now, when we built the bar, I had 6 lots of plug sockets installed, and I thought that would probably be enough for a fridge and a TV and some lights, but it's surprising how many we've ended up using. And we've got an extension lead over there, and we've also got this double-sided extension lead here that you can see. And because we've got lots of little gadgets, CD players, karaoke machines, amplifiers, lots of different lights that we've got on the go. We've got disco lights, and we've got lights for the shelving of the bar. So these all have their own individual plugs. So it's surprising that I needed more plug sockets than what I originally thought I was going to need. So we've got these extensions which work really well, but if I was designing it from scratch, I would probably have put at least a dozen plug sockets in here, because it's always better to have them and not need them than to need them and not have them, I think. One thing that I worried about when I was building the bar was how high to make the bar. Now I can't remember, I think we did 1.1 meters, but the good way for me to show you is it's just above my belly button, and then it's a nice height that when you want to just lean on it, it's definitely below your elbows, so that when you stood up you can just lean forward and just lean on it, and it's quite a relaxing position to be in if you want to just stand and lean on the bar. So that's a nice thing. Now the actual bar itself, we built from these loft boards. That's the outside of the bar, because that was just a cheap option for us that we had. The bar top itself is an actual kitchen worktop. We bought an oak worktop, and we had it custom cut to size that we wanted. And then if you look behind the bar, I don't think we've shown this before, we had some, well, didn't have some, we made some shelves under the bar, and that's a nice area to store the glasses. And as you can see, we can get quite a lot of glasses in here, and then underneath is a bit more storage again for bottles. We've got lemonade and tonic, soft drinks, I think there's some lime juice there, some more soft drinks.
Cocktail mix.
Yeah, cocktail mixes. Cocktails are always popular. And then we've got this little unit for the back bar. Did we buy that from, I think, a shop called The Range?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
we bought that from. We wanted a slim unit, and this was just like a cabinet unit, so I don't think it was a specific bar unit, but it just came in that it was slim enough to hold about 3 bottles from the wall without taking too much space from the bar, because it's not such a wide room. This room's just over 3 meters wide, and you need room to be able to get behind the bar and still have room here for when you pull the chairs back, because people are sat up against the bar, and then you want to still be able to get behind that again to walk through. And then the other thing, if I was redesigning this again, I might just give myself a little bit more overhang here, because as we sat at the bar, it's still comfy, but I think it'd be nicer that it's not a great leaning position because your knees are fairly tight to the bar. So I think maybe just another, I don't know, another 20 or 30 mil of overhang on the bar might just be useful. So that's just something to think about if you're designing your own bar. The TV I put up on the wall, we went in on battens. So when you're hanging a TV on the wall, you need to make sure that you don't just screw it into the plaster. And that stayed up well, because that was a little worry when I put it up at first. And then one more thing I wanted to mention was Wi-Fi. And every time we have a party, Wi-Fi tends to be important, because everybody's got a phone with them and they all want to be on the phone. And because this is well insulated with like the silver backed insulation, we don't get a good signal in here. So that's something that I'm going to sort out very soon. I'm going to run an Ethernet cable and then put a wireless access point in here. So I might use an old router and wire that via Ethernet and use it as a secondary router, or I might buy an actual wireless access point and use that for the Wi-Fi. Because at the moment we're okay to get on YouTube on the TV, but it will occasionally drop out, and we can have it loading or waiting for the Wi-Fi signal. So I think that's something that I'm going to sort out very soon. Another feature I want to show you are these little nested tables that we have. So we have a set of 3 here. And these come in really useful when we're having a party and we've got people over. We've got a few of these like temporary garden chairs dotted about. And even the proper chairs that we have. When people are sat around the room, they need somewhere to put the drink if they're not sat at the bar. And these little nested tables come in useful if they're not sat at the bar. We can just pull them out and they're not taking up room when we've not got a party on. But when we've got plenty of people over, we can pull them out and they're just really handy. That's right. And we picked them up very cheap. I can't remember. I think it was £5.
I think it's £5. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I think we paid £5 for these in a charity shop. So we picked them up for next to nothing really, and they're quite a little handy feature for us to have. And I'm going to show you some of the bottles that we've got behind the bar. So this is our sour shelf.
Yeah, middle shelving is the popular ones. Everybody likes it.
Yeah, so when we have a party, we quite often, somebody just jumps behind the bar and starts and takes it on themselves to be barman or barmaid for the day. And it's surprising because you never know who's going to end up as being the pub landlord for the day. But it's never been us.
No.
And actually, in our circle of friends, about 3 of them actually one of them is a pub landlady, and 2 of them one's a barmaid, and one is has worked as a cocktail waitress or running a bar.
She's a bartender.
Bartender, yeah, that's correct. I think she's moving on to another job soon. But yeah, it's interesting that people just jump behind the bar and start serving drinks, and then quite often someone will just decide, oh, it's time for shots. And then the sours are good shots to have because they're not too strong. I think they're about 15,
It's
16,
easy to drink.
15 or 16%. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not too bad. Whereas some of the other bottles that we've got are really strong.
And it's growing, this collection of ours.
Yeah, so we've got, you know, absinthe there, which is crazy strong. Oh yeah, we've got absinthe on the top shelf as well there. Some of these have also been gifts. We've got another absinthe there, Bailey's, Glenfiddich, Gentleman Jack. I think you got that.
All the way from Japan, this one.
Yeah, and that one is from my brother-in-law, or our brother-in-law.
Yeah.
You were looking confused then, it's definitely brother-in-law. And he's Japanese and he sent us this sake, because I've always wanted to try sake.
Yes, yeah, so my sister sent
And
one.
yeah, it's nice.
It's quite strong.
Yeah, it's not too strong, but I think, is it 22%? Is it?
I don't know.
I'm
I
not
can't
sure.
read.
Yeah, is that on there? I'm not sure. Yeah, but definitely can't read the Japanese. But yeah, it's quite nice that. And this is on the bottom shelf of our bottle collection in the bar.
We've got a few gins in here because loads of our friends drink gins.
Yeah, that's
so I've
true.
got different flavours of gins here now.
Yeah, and this seems to grow every time we have a party.
I know.
So we don't actually buy that many bottles.
This one is a new one in here.
Yeah, one of our friends brought that over the other
And this one.
yesterday. Yeah, and that one. So hopefully they can help us with that one on our next party.
Because I can't fit all in there now.
Yeah,
I moved it here.
Yeah, so if any of our friends are watching, don't bring any bottles to the next one. We really appreciate you bringing bottles, but we're full. We're full now, so give us a one party miss. And one more thing I'm going to show you is these Edison style light bulbs are really pretty that we put in.
I'm okay.
But I have a slight problem with these. Now Joanne's fine. We've got a little gap there for Joanne.
I don't have a problem.
But if you just turn the camera around and just show me next to these, you can see what happens when I'm going round. So I think these might get rewired and lifted up a little bit, because we quite often have people just bumping their head, and I wouldn't want these to get smashed on somebody's head when they've had a drink. And I will just show you the disco lights that we have. We have 2 lots of these LED flashing lights, and these come in various different models, and I think this one has 5 different colours on that one, and I think 5 on this one as well. So I think they're not expensive, but I think we just paid just slightly more than the base model just to get these 2, and it just gives a little bit more interest. And then we have these wash lights that we bought off a popular website. These are readily available, and they've been really good as well. They just add a nice bit of colour to the room, especially when it goes a little bit darker later on. They really light up the room nicely. And then I like these Govee LED IC, which is independently controlled strip lights, and they also just set the room off nicely. It gives it a little bit of colour and makes it look nice and lively when we've got people around. And lastly, I'll just mention the flooring. We put the laminate flooring down, and this has been nice and hard wearing, and it's easy to clean, which is something else that's useful if you've had loads of friends over.
People spilling drinks.
Yeah, you occasionally get a spilled drink.
It gets sticky, isn't it?
It can get sticky, and then the other thing, if we have a party and it's raining outside, you know, they can be treading in a little bit of dirt on the shoes and stuff. So it's nice to have a floor that cleans quite easily. So If you was thinking of doing a bar, I'd probably keep away from carpet. But I mean that'd be your choice. But we definitely wouldn't have carpet in here. And to say we really enjoyed the bar. We use it a lot. And if you can afford this, we know it's a little luxury and we're lucky to be able to have it, but we really enjoy it, and it's turned out a good investment from what was an old garage that was falling down. We had to do something with it, and I think we're quite happy with what we did with it. So thank you for joining us today. We've got lots of other videos if you want to check any of them out. They're not all about the bar, because we do various different things on our channel, but we'd love you to join us and have a look at our other videos if it's something you might find interesting there. And if not, well, thanks for anyway, and see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Here's just a little bit of bonus footage of the girls messing about and of us putting up the gazebo, getting ready for yesterday's party on a time-lapse video.